We lost one aircraft to every two that we shut down. The Israelis acquired a MiG-17 and a MiG-21 in the mid-1960s. These were shared with the U.S. and secret tests began at Little Lake, commonly known by the public as Area 51. On aeronautical maps, the exercise area was marked in red ink. The Forbidden Zone became known as Red Square. These highly classified programs, known as Half Drill for the MiG-17 and Half Donut for the MiG-21, worked to learn and exploit the weaknesses of these very capable aircraft. The Air Force and Navy brought the best fighter pilots and aircraft to fly against the MiGs, and they all lost their first engagement. Our best pilots and planes were outclassed. However, the secret programs were eventually successful. We learned to fight against the MiGs, how to exploit its weaknesses and avoid its strengths. But we still had a problem. These programs were so secret, we couldn't openly pass the vital info and new tactics to our frontline pilots. The inability of the Navy to disseminate the results of this highly classified project to our pilots was part of the impetus to create the United States Navy Fighter Weapons School, what we all know as Top Gun. By the end of the war, our air-to-air kill ratio grew from 2-to-1 to 14-to-1. So yes, the MiG-17 before you helped bring our warfighters home and helped create the phenomenon we all know as Top Gun.
The MiG-17, a high subsonic fighter produced by the Soviet Union. Its first flight was in January of 1950, but not entered service until October of 1952. Production of the MiG-15 that was used during the Korean War. Though the MiG-17 looks very similar to the MiG-15, it had a new, bigger, and more highly swept wing and tailplane for speeds approaching Mach 1. Over 10,000 MiG-17s were produced, including Polish, Czech, and Chinese variants. Jet aerobatics in more air shows in North America than any other civilian jet pilot. In 2023, it marked landing's 33rd year. He's flown over 43 different types of aircraft, manufactured in 9 different countries. F-16 entered service. The MiG-17 was the tightest turning fighter in the world. The MiG-17 can maintain 8G turns, that's 8 times the force of gravity, attain a max speed of 715 miles an hour or Mach 1.04, and can climb better than 14,000 feet per minute. From your right, Randy Ball in the MiG-17. Ball's MiG-17F spent almost 4 years in restoration and is one of only a handful of vintage jets flying in the North American air show circuit. It's an authentic paint job, and on the MIO availability for ground display with full restored guns. Randy's MiG-17F, 1611, entered service with the Soviet bloc in March of 1960, as it wasn't withdrawn from service until May of 1990. From your left, Randy Ball. shoot down slower American bombers. It showed surprising success when used by the North Vietnamese pilots to combat American fighters and fighter bombers during the war. Nearly a decade after the design, this will do the aircraft being more agile, more maneuverable than the F-4 Phantom or the F-105 Thunder Chief. Once again, coming in from your right, it's Randy Ball and the MiG-17. The MiG-17 is powered by a VK-1F, producing over 7,400 pounds of thrust. It has a wingspan of 31 feet, a max speed of 715 miles an hour, and a range of over 1,200 miles. Armament included two